heading to Casablanca. Casablanca to Cairo. It looks like we got the flight to ourselves. Royal Air Morocco. not colorful. It's not colorful.
I saw Antony, Alexander, Caesar, and Napoleon, all at my feet. I saw the ambitious dreams of conquerors whirling like airwaves. As my model, I chose an elegant sailor. No fear size, but 9 years to
We're here at the pyramid. No, thank you.
That's lovely.
Yes, it is.
So precious, Chris.
Yes.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Welcome to my house. Right now we are in front of the Great Pyramid. For sure, yesterday, once you arrived to our country morning,
Yes.
you took a car from the Cairo airport to go to your hotel to check in.
Yes.
So that means you crossed the Nile River
Oh, yes.
from Cairo side to Giza side.
Yes.
The Cairo consists of two governorates. Cairo, and you have visited yesterday, okay, where the Egyptian Museum, and here in Giza. So once you cross the Nile River from Cairo, that means you cross the Nile River from the eastern bank of the Nile River to the western bank, where is Giza,
Yes.
of the Nile River. So the Nile River, the longest river all over the world, 6,694 kilometers,
Wow.
divides the country into two parts, east and west. And this was very, very important for the ancient Egyptians.
Yes.
Why, guys? Because the ancient Egyptians gracious found that the sun rises every day from the eastern bank and goes to die in the western bank.
Yeah.
And this like a circle happens every day. So from this point, the ancient Egyptians started to believe in resurrection.
Oh.
Humans, like the sun,
Yes.
we have birth and we have death.
Yes.
And there is reborn, which is called the resurrection, like the sun exactly.
Yes.
So they started to bury their deceased in the western bank where the sun set, the symbol of death, to be resurrected again from the eastern bank. Got it? That's why, guys, all the tombs, all the pyramids, mineral temples made by the ancient Egyptians are located in the western bank of the Nile River all over the country, not just here in Cairo.
In the Western Bay.
All over the country,
Okay.
from north to south. You can imagine that.
Wow.
So, guys, actually, our recorded history started in 3,200 years BC. 3,200 years BC, over than 5,000 years ago. When the Scorpion King, or King Narmer, or Minos, succeeded to unify the two lands of Egypt. So, Egypt before 3,200 years consisted of two kingdoms. We called them as Lower Kingdom and Higher Kingdom,
Right.
or Upper Kingdom. Lower and Upper. Lower means north, from Cairo to the north.
Right.
And upper from Cairo to the south.
Okay.
And once you come again, please try to go to the upper, where you can see Luxor City and Aswan City, and you can enjoy with the cruise. It's almost like 3 nights or 4 nights on a cruise full board.
Okay.
It's like a great, lovely. Okay, and Luxor City considered the biggest open air museum all over the world.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
brilliant. Anyway, guys, so when King Narmer, or the Scorpion King, made the unification, founded between the two kingdoms, founded the first capital city of Egypt, or of unified Egypt, called that city as Mennefer, which is famous nowadays, Memphis.
Memphis.
You have Memphis in
Yes.
Jersey.
Yes.
That's right?
Yes, you do.
Yes. So the first capital city of unified kingdoms was Memphis.
Okay.
Was Memphis. Then the historians and the scholars have found that the ancient Egyptian history was too long history. So had to divide the history into 3 main divisions as eras. Called the first era, Old Kingdom, second era, Middle Kingdom, third era, New Kingdom.
Okay.
Egypt during the Old Kingdom was famous for pyramids, the tombs for kings and queens. And here we need to know why. It shows the pyramid shape, a triangle, okay,
Right.
to
Yeah.
make their king's tombs and their queen's tombs take this shape. I'm going to answer this later.
Okay.
Middle Kingdom, guys, was the transaction between the old and the new. New Kingdom, Egypt was famous as Egyptian Empire. Why Egyptian Empire? Because Egypt is really ruled by great rulers.
Yes.
Like Ramses II, we call him Ramses the Great.
Yes.
The one ruled the country for around how many years? For around 66 or 67 years.
Yes.
The one passed away when he was 99 years.
Wow.
The one made the biggest carving temple in a mountain, which is called the Abu Simbel Temple. Once you come again and go to the upper
Yes.
Egypt, you will see it's southern Aswan.
Okay.
The one still we have his mummy
Wow.
in good condition till today, with original hair,
Wow.
teeth, and even nails.
Wow.
Egypt, precious during the New Kingdom, ruled by a woman. Can you imagine that? This over than 3,500 years.
Wow.
Her name is Queen Hatshepsut.
Hatshepsut.
A lovely woman.
Yes.
Really.
Yes, we
She
do.
ruled the country for how many years? for around 21, 22 years.
Yes.
Once you go to Upper Egypt too in Luxor, you are going to see her temple, which is called Hatshepsut Temple. The one still existed till today. And her mummy in good condition, the same of Ramses the Great.
Right.
Still complete in good condition. Egypt ruled by a lot of them during the New Kingdom, Tutmosis III, and Imhotep IV, and Imhotep III, even King Tut, Tutankhamun, the one you have seen, his golden mask and his golden coffin, yes or no. But here the question is, King Tut became famous as a golden pharaoh. That's right. Here we need to ask, King Tut really was a great king? No, he was not. Really. Why? Because he was a kid.
He was a kid,
child.
19, right?
He was a child.
He ruled the country when he was 9 years old. And he was killed when he was 18 years old. So he ruled the country for how many years? For around 9 years.
Okay.
So he had no time to do something great.
Right.
Even his tomb, the walls of the tombs, unfinished yet.
Wow.
Because his death was unexpected.
Exactly. Real quick. Yeah.
But here the question, why King Tut became famous as a golden pharaoh? The answer is because of his tomb.
Gold.
His tomb, Chris and Precious, the only royal tomb we found it intact.
Wow.
No one touched it.
Wow.
So because of that, he became a famous as golden pharaoh. Once Howard Carter, the British man, found his tomb by chance because he was looking for another tomb for another king, and found this by chance and opened the tomb. We found inside the tomb almost like 5,000 pieces.
Wow.
We have seen yesterday some few pieces.
Yeah.
Because once this building over there open by the end of this year, you see it behind the mountain. No. Here.
Oh, that one there.
That one.
Yeah.
This one will be opened by the end of this year under the name of Grand Egyptian Museum.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For the first time in the history, we are going to see all the stuff of King Tut together in one place.
Wow. Gotta come back.
Almost how many pieces? Almost like 5,000 pieces. Most of them made out from gold or silver or wood related with golden leaves.
Wow.
Got it?
Yes.
So that's why King Tut became a famous. And you know actually his golden mask weighing 11 kilograms from gold. His golden coffin is 110. Can you imagine? 113 kilograms.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday.
Yes, the one you have seen
Yeah.
yesterday. Actually, guys, by the end of the New Kingdom, Egypt invaded by Alexander the Great. And this happened in 332 BC.
Okay.
Once Alexander the Great came, founded Alexandria city, which the one locates by the Mediterranean Sea on the north coast. Yes. Actually, once he founded that city, thought from that city as a capital of Egypt, of all the country. And Greeks ruled the country for how many years? For around 300 years, starting from 332 until 32 BC.
Wow.
In 32 BC, what happened? Egypt invaded by the Romans. And Romans guys ruled for more longer. Romans ruled the country for around 700 years. 700 years. Until the middle of 7th century AD. Kept Alexandria city as a capital of Egypt as well. So Alexandria city, which is founded by Alexander the Great, was the capital city of Egypt for how many years? For around 1,000.
Yes.
300 plus 700, so in total 1,000.
Yes.
By the middle of 7th century, Muslims and Arabs arrived to the country and still till today.
Okay.
Once the Muslims and Arabs arrived to the country, left Alexandria and came in the center point by the Nile River between the north and the south. Sorry, the north and the south, yes. Okay, and founded the first Islamic capital city of Egypt, which is called Fustat, which is famous nowadays as Coptic City.
Okay.
Coptic City. Cairo, later, Cairo founded almost like 1,050 years ago. So Cairo, this is just the new capital of our country.
Right.
Got it?
Yes.
That's just briefly about our history in 2-3 minutes. Guys, let us to talk about the pyramids.
Yes.
Before talking about the pyramids, I want to ask you to keep looking behind you. You will realize that we are in higher location than the city.
Yes.
This was very important for the ancient Egyptians to choose a higher location than the city to construct their tombs here.
Yeah.
Why? To save them from the water.
Okay.
Because in the past we had what? We had a flood season.
Yes.
Right.
And the flood season was running for how many months a year? 3 months a year. And once the flood comes, destroy everything by the night.
Yeah.
That's why choose the higher location to protect their tombs, their
Got it.
pyramids.
Okay.
Here, the question is, why the ancient Egyptians choose the pyramid shape to be a tomb for their kings and the queens, especially during the Old Kingdom? Because, guys, the ancient Egyptians believed that my Ba, which is called sold
Yeah.
my ba,
Yeah.
or sold ba by the ancient Egyptian language. My ba or my soul, after death or after this sure, will go or sail to the sky through the sun's rays to wait with the stars until the life after.
Wow.
Got it?
Yes.
They found that the sun's rays, the way that the ba or the soul taking to sail to the sky,
Yeah.
taking the shape of huge
Triangle.
pyramids.
Okay.
Huge pyramids. So made their king's tombs, their queen's tombs, taking the same shape of the sun's rays. So this is the reason behind why this shape.
Yeah.
Actually, you are now front of the only remaining one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world.
Wow.
Now you are looking to the tallest and the highest building all over the world until 1889, until the French made the Eiffel Tower.
We went there too.
That's
Yeah,
what
really?
Yeah.
Great.
I got proposed to under the Eiffel Tower.
So this one, guys, is still till today the heaviest stone building.
Heaviest. Okay.
Yes, why? Because it consists of around 3 million blocks. How many blocks?
3 million.
Around 3 million blocks. The average weight of each block. I'm sorry, I'm using kilogram and I'm using pounds. So
Right.
you can figure it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, okay. So how many blocks? Around 3 million blocks. All of them are limestone.
Wow.
The average weight for each block is almost 1.25 tons.
Wow.
So the total weight of the Great Pyramid, we are talking over than 7 million tons. The ancient Egyptian had required to be finished during the king's reign, during the king's life. So the historians mentioned that the ancient Egyptians succeeded to finish this within 20 years. 20 years, starting from the cutting the rocks from the mountains or the quarry.
Yeah.
The one was here because all the pyramids in Egypt, by the way, founded by the local limestone.
Yeah.
And how many pyramids we have in Egypt nowadays? We have a lot.
Yeah.
We almost reached like 129 pyramids, and we are searching to find more and more still under the sand.
Wow.
Actually, guys, 20 years, and there's some historians want to say not just that. The ancient Egyptians didn't work all the year in the pyramids. They
Yeah.
worked just during the Nile River flood, during the flood season. That means 3 months a year.
So that
that
was
means
it.
work it just 3 months every year
Yeah.
For 20 years.
for 20 years. So total working years like 5.
Wow.
5.
So I
Every
did
year like 3 months times
They did that
20,
fast.
6, 5 working
Yeah,
years, guys.
that's
Engineers, architects nowadays saying if we are going to do something like this from
Yeah.
the beginning using our modern technology or our advanced technology,
Yeah.
we'll finish just 30% of this in 5 working years.
Oh
Wow.
my
So
God.
here, the question is how the ancient Egyptian made.
Yeah.
Actually, for any human made, there is a percentage of mistake, which is
Yeah.
called the human's mistake. When we tried to get the human's mistake in the Great Pyramid, we found the mistake is what is 0.00003, which is perfect. And that's why a lot of the scholars in the past went to say this is not human made. This is made by aliens.
Oh,
There is
Lord.
other people from other planets.
Yeah.
You were
Ancient,
kidding with us.
ancient aliens.
Just
Wow.
until 30 years ago. What happened in 30 years ago? In 30 years ago, guys, we found the tombs, the
Yeah.
graves of the people made this.
Wow.
The tombs of the worlds.
Wow.
Yes. And through their theories, which is inscribed on the walls of the graves,
Yeah.
we realized the total number of the workers. How many?
How many?
24,000 workers.
Wow.
That's it?
Yes, that's it. The total people, 100. But the workers, 24,000 workers. Worked for how many years? 20
Three
years.
years. 3
Finished
months.
How many working years? 5
5
working
years.
years. Using what? The primitive tools, like chisels, hammers, cranes, wooden cranes, props, something like this. And their
Still standing.
arms.
Yeah.
And how they made, no one knows till now.
Yeah, that's still, how did they do
There is
that?
no one knows how the ancient Egyptian made the pyramids. Can you imagine that? A lot of theories,
Yeah.
but no one figured it yet.
Wow.
There is no any evidence.
Yeah.
There is no still any something recording on a rock or on a paper or something like that. That
Show
tells
you
us
how
how
they
the
did.
ancient Egyptian made something like this.
Oh my God.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Guys, not just that. If we're talking about the original height of the Great Pyramid, so the original height of the Great Pyramid was 109.4 meters.
Yeah.
And this very special number because the distance between the Earth and the Sun, the same number, 149.4 kilometers,
Yes.
million kilometers.
Yes.
So how come the ancient Egyptians knew the distance between the Earth and the Sun? Not just that. If we are going to measure the circumference of the pyramid divided by the original height, we'll get 3.14. The pi. Guys, guys. How and how and how? Still mystery.
Yeah.
Still mystery. As you know, any pyramid in Egypt consisted of 4 sides, and the 4 sides facing 100% to the 4 cardinal points. We are morning. So this is the sun. This is the east,
Yes.
west, north, the one behind me directly. And back, this is the south. On the eastern side of the pyramid over there, we are supposed to see, which is called the funeral temple of the owner of the Great Pyramid, the King Khufu.
Yes.
The one collapsed totally because of the earthquake happened here in Egypt 1301 AD. Here in the west, and you right, all of these tombs of the nobles and governors of the king buried themselves by their king to guarantee to see and serve him and life after. Actually, what about the southern side? Southern side of the pyramid, this is the place where the ancient Egyptians buried their queens. Northern side, the one in front of me.
Okay.
This is the most important side.
Right.
Because always you can see the entrance of the pyramid comes by the middle of the north.
Right.
So the entrance over there. So once you go there and open your compass, you will realize that you are in the middle of the north. And by the way, this is not any north. This is the most accurate north, which is called the magnetic north.
Wow.
Yes. Guys, here we need to ask, what is inside the pyramid? Inside the pyramid, the burial chamber of the king.
Yes.
The one I was talking about, and there is a lot of the people took a ticket to go inside to see nothing I'm saying, to see even the fake burial chamber which is made by the ancient Egyptians to protect the original one. So what is the original one? I believe that the original one is still inside.
Wow.
Somewhere inside.
Somewhere inside.
And why I'm saying that?
Yeah.
Because what is inside this little chamber which is opened, there is a sarcophagus, granite coffin. And this granite coffin not carrying the name, the cartouche, the name. You have seen it, I think, this shape yesterday inside the Egyptian Museum.
Yeah.
Something like oval shape.
Yes.
Yes.
Written inside the hieroglyphic.
Yes.
Okay, the names of the kings. Once you see the shape, the cartouche, which is called the cartouche, on any statue or any sarcophagus or any temple, you can say this is a royal thing. This is a statue of a king or queen, because they wrote just their king's names, their queen's names in the cartouches. Even the gods wrote their names without any shape, just the cartouche dedicated for kings and queens. And here, this sarcophagus is not carrying the name of the king. And to write the name of the deceased on his sarcophagus or his coffin, in ancient Egypt, it was a must. Why it was a must, guys? Because this is one way from 2 ways to raise the soul to recognize, to the body to resurrect.
Right.
They believed in resurrection, right? How did the soul recognize to the body?
Without the connection.
Through the name.
Yes.
So without the name, that means the body of the king will not resurrect and the soul of the king will be lost in the sky.
Yes.
And for sure, the ancient Egyptians were suffering until they finished this and forgot to write their king's name.
Wow.
This is not acceptable.
Yes.
For sure not. For sure not.
Yes.
Also, guys, a few years ago, many scientists all over the country, all over the world, made like an advanced robot. Because inside the pyramid there is some small shafts, we call it as air shafts. They made the robot with inside these shafts with the X-rays to start to scan to see what is behind this burial chamber, the one we found.
Right.
What happened? The X-rays didn't go through. The X-rays were blocked. So here, which technology the ancient Egyptians had to block our modern technology?
How?
So till today, Chris, really and precious, the biggest part of the Great Pyramid is still
Unknown?
unknown.
Wow.
Still unknown, still dark, still mystery. We don't know what is inside.
Wow.
Okay, so that's why I'm saying the owner of this pyramid is still sleeping in peace inside his burial chamber somewhere inside.
Wow.
Yes, and this became like a theory nowadays, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. A lot of the scientists started to say still the body of the king inside. Where? Somewhere inside.
They don't know where.
Actually, guys, let me just, to stop to this point, to let you to enjoy, with photos,
Okay.
go to enjoy with the pyramids.
Okay.
But before going there to the pyramids, there is some tips I'm going to give you to be aware.
Okay.
Guys, please, don't give your camera or your phone to anyone to take a photo here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you know why? Maybe asking for the money, or there is a lot of the people maybe take it wrong.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So be careful about that, please.
Okay.
And I know I'll be with you actually, and I know where the best angle is, so I can handle this for you, no problem.
Okay.
Secondly, you are free to take photos for pyramids, for animals, no problem. But to focus on the animal, or to listen to any animal owner come to take a photo with me and my camel with the pyramid.
Yeah.
If you do that, they ask me for money.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry, we have a camel ride, which
Okay.
is included. So you have more than enough time really to enjoy with the photos with the camels and the pyramids as well.
Okay.
Secondly, or thirdly, and this is important as well too, you are going to see a lot of the people say, come on, brown sugar, okay, $1 souvenirs, vendors,
Yeah.
selling souvenirs, okay, trying to stop you
Yeah.
to take your eyes.
Yeah.
$1, nothing here with $1.
Right.
Okay, nothing here is original materials.
Right.
Okay, nothing made out from Egyptian cotton, nothing made out from the paper or papyrus paper. Okay, nothing made from any stone. I can see that.
Yeah.
All of this stuff here made where?
China.
In China.
Wow.
Not in Egypt. So be careful about
Yes.
this.
Okay.
Mhm.
But guys, if you are interested with this quality,
Yeah.
okay, you can stop. You can touch it.
Yeah.
You can bargain, you can take it.
Okay.
If you are not interested, please don't touch it, because once you touch it, this became
ours.
yours.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Got
Okay.
it?
Gotcha.
Ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Okay, so now give me your phone, precious, to run away.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the back. It's in the best. So this.
That way.
wisdom of the humans.
Right.
So he's really not anything. He's king of power and the knowledge, so he can lead the two kingdoms of Egypt, the lower and upper. This statue made out from the same material of the pyramids, limestone. The same material, the pyramid limestone. Made out from one piece of rock.
Wow.
One piece of rock. Found it here. The length of the Sphinx, guys,
Yes.
is 60 meters. The height of 21 meters.
Wow.
In the past, there is a lot of the treasure hunters.
Yeah.
The tomb robbers were thinking that there's a lot of the treasure, the gold
Inside.
inside the body of the Sphinx.
Yeah.
They went even to do like hole on the top of the head of the Sphinx.
Wow.
We're hoping to find something precious inside.
Wow.
Not precious, something
Precious.
precious. Okay. So, and by the end, they realized that this one made out from one solid rock. One
Right.
solid rock. The scholars want to say, to call this as a protector, guarding. It's guard, it's protecting everything behind it. That
Right.
means that now the king or the statue or the sphinx or the Shisib Ankh,
Yeah.
protecting all the tombs, all the pyramids behind.
Right.
Got it? Here we're going to the nose, the one gone already. Here, some of the historians mentioned gone because of the Muslims when they arrived by the middle of 17th century. They found a lot of the people came to visit the Sphinx, trying to touch the Sphinx,
Oh.
and Muslims were thinking people were praying to the Sphinx, and this again is the religion. So they cut the nose.
They cut the nose
Yeah.
off.
But I'm saying, really, if the Muslims want to do that,
Yeah.
they had to cut the head. Why especially the nose?
Yeah, why
So
the-
this does not make sense.
Yeah, why the nose?
Exactly.
There
Yeah.
was a lot of
The other-
statues in the Egyptian museum with no nose.
This okay, because of the movement to transfer or to move the statues from the side
what I
to the
said.
place.
Oh,
Yes.
by moving
And
them.
this happened long time ago
Yeah.
with the machines and not because with proper machines.
Yeah,
and
in
stuff
Right.
like
transit.
that.
I said that.
Actually, the other thing is this is not didn't move.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. How did it?
Yes, there's some historians going to say no because of the French.
Mm.
You know why? Because Egypt invaded by the French by the end of 15th century,
Yeah.
1798. I mentioned that the French took from the nose of the Sphinx as a target to shoot
Wow.
the soldiers of Napoleon. But actually, this also makes sense. Why?
Why?
Because the French, I hate them as invaders, but I do respect because they honored the old civilization. And they, when they came, brought a lot of the scientists to study in ancient Egypt.
Right.
Until they found a stone, which is called the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
And through the Rosetta Stone, and you can see this stone nowadays in British Museum, by the way, in London.
Yes.
Okay, Charles Champollion, 1826, succeeded to restore the high level. So, since that date, okay, we have, since the date, okay, we have a new
Yeah.
science under the name of Egyptology.
Um,
So how they honored all things and destroyed the Sphinx, so this does not make sense. So here the question is, Chris and Precious, how? I'm saying how old is the Sphinx?
Right.
The Sphinx is over than 4,500 years, made out from limestone,
Right.
not a hard stone, not a solid stone like granite, not like alabaster or marble, something like that.
yeah.
How many years over than 4,500 years? We had earthquakes, region materials, rain, all of this.
That's what I was
Yes.
thinking.
And there is nothing to be supported.
Exactly. It's sticking out. It's sticking out.
Yes,
Yeah.
and also the body of the Sphinx, the vast was covered with the sand, by the way.
Yeah.
And
had to dig it out.
this is the way from the east to the west.
Right.
And a lot of the traders, a lot of the travelers,
Yeah.
they were traveling using camels or horses. That's right.
Right.
Always when you ride a camel or horse, you have like a stick.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe there is some people to take a rest or take a nap in the shade of the head of the Sphinx.
Yeah.
And while I'm taking my rest, I'm holding my stick, I'm playing in the place of the Sphinx or something like this.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
This is by the time, so the nose gone. The
Right.
nose gone. So no one destroyed the Sphinx.
Right.
In my view. No one.
No one.
By itself.
Right.
By itself.
Right.
Wow.
Actually, here, what is in front of the Sphinx? All of these ruins of a temple, which
Yeah.
is called what? All this what? Which is called the mummification temple. That means mummified the dead body of the king, the owner of the Sphinx, and the owner of the second great pyramid as well here.
Right.
How the ancient Egyptian mummified their bodies? How? Okay, they got the brain out through the nose.
Yes.
They throw it in garbage. And then open the left side of the sea. They took the organs out. They mummified just the heart. Why? Because they believe that the center of soul in our bodies is the heart, not
Right.
anything else.
Yes.
And also can judge on any person because of his heart.
Right.
They say your heart is good.
Yeah.
So that means
Right.
you are a good person, something like that.
Right.
So the same thing for the ancient Egyptians. So they mummified the heart outside and returned it back to the same place. Why? Because the ancient Egyptians believed as we believe nowadays. Not exactly, but I tell you.
Right.
If we are talking about the most of the religions believe in hell or heaven.
Right.
If you are following your religion,
Yes.
so you are going to the heaven.
Yes.
If you are not, so you are going to the other side, the hell.
Yes.
The ancient Egyptians
Yeah.
believed in life after or not. Their
Okay.
heaven is life after, to be resurrected. Their
Right.
heaven to not to be resurrected.
Right.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and the difference between the religions we have nowadays, we're talking about Christianity, Islam,
Yeah,
we-
Christianity,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Yes.
So, All of these religions, we received them from the people before us, before them, until we reached the messengers. We got their messages from their God. That's right.
Right.
But the ancient Egyptians didn't receive a religion, man. Didn't receive a religion from anyone. The ancient Egyptian created a religion for themselves.
Right.
Got it? And recorded their religion in where? And Book of the Dead.
Yes.
The one you have seen a bark from it yesterday. It's the long of death
Long
of the bark.
scroll, yes.
Yes, almost like 19 meters, a little bit centimeters.
Yes.
19.
Yes.
What about the longest part, the one disappeared from our country, and nowadays you can see it in the British Museum, is almost 45 meters.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? You told me now?
Yes.
That one you have seen yesterday?
Yes. That was
Long.
yes.
The other one is
Long-
45, and this one
longer.
is 19 meters.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
Even longer.
Disappeared from our country, and nowadays you can see it there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, the ancient Egyptians need the heart before the life after. Why? Because with the heart to see that person was good,
Yes.
worthy to be resurrected or not.
Right.
So the heart will be taken by the god Anubis, the god of mummification, the one taking the shape of the jackal.
Yes.
Right.
Put the heart on a scale against the feather, and this is not any feather, man. This is a feather of justice, which is called Ma'at.
Yes.
Ma'at means the justice in ancient Egypt. If the heart, if you ordained the feather, that means that person was bad person.
Yes.
So the heart, the center of soul, will be eaten by
Anubis.
imaginable animals. They can get crocodile mouths,
Yeah.
camel's legs, lion's body.
Yes.
So the center of soul is gone. So there is no way to let the soul to come to the body because the center of
Heart's
soul
gone,
is
yeah.
gone already.
Yes.
If the heart died, that means what? That means that person was really lucky,
Right.
made all good in his first life. So the falcon got.
Right.
They got horse. They got the protection.
Right.
It's going to take
I
care
remember
of
reading that they weigh the hearts. Yes.
today.
Yeah.
Okay, because we have time.
Yeah.
We're going to see this in prime view, but just wait.
Okay.
If so, the horse, the falcon god, is going to take him and cross him through the life after to introduce him to his father,
Yes.
who is the god Osiris.
Yes.
The god Osiris, the god of the other world. This story, which is mentioned in Book of the Dead, which is called the final judgment, which is made by the ancient Egyptians to warn everybody in his first life. If you do well, if you are going to follow the religion,
Yeah.
so you will go to the afterlife.
Yes.
If you are not, you will be punished.
Yes.
So you will not be back. So everyone did good in his first life to hoping to be
Yes.
resurrected. Okay, for life after, and they believe that this life after is everlasting life.
Yeah. Jehovah's
For
Witnesses.
sure, for sure. You have a time for that, and you have the time.
Yes.
You can stop and see, okay, the same material of the material of Book of the Dead.
Yes.
What is?
Papyrus?
The papyrus.
Yes.
The papyrus plane. The steps, how the ancient Egyptian made, okay, and see these scenes on it, painted on it, okay. Later once we finish here.
Okay.
Also, before going there, there is one stuff. Maybe you heard about it or not, I don't know. Okay, what is? Maybe you heard that Egypt is famous with okay, the aromatherapy oils or the essence or something like that.
Okay.
Really, yes, that's right. But how? How? Okay, let me to talk about it
Yes.
once we get in the EC, because now the